Hello Frienderinos! It is summer, even though it doesn't really feel like much of a summer. Which means that we now owe you probably like 6 months worth of newly opened places to eat and drink. We didn't find enough time to shoot the spring one, which is why in this one we're gonna feature not 5 but 6 places, but it was so hard to pick the ones we would visit because there's so many newly opened places right now. Even during the time of shooting this video, there were like, I don't know, like 4 new places that I noticed are like just opening, like as I shoot this now. It's insane. If you're coming to Edinburgh for the Fringe or just for the August and not for the Fringe, which is not the best idea, but you know, you do you, you're gonna have a great time. Here's a little shout out to Pennies and Poppy Seeds, one of my favorite stores in Edinburgh. Not anymore, unfortunately. They had to close down due to family issues. It was the best smelling shortbread place in the whole Scotland. Hopefully they're gonna soon be replaced by someone at least like half as well smelling. First, let's go to High Dive, which is your friendly local pizza joint brought to you by the same amazing people who brought us Chivarino's and Chivarino's Slice. I'm pretty sure that we went to Chivarino's Slice before in our affordable, budgety meals in Edinburgh video, right?
I think so.
I think so, yeah. This one feels a bit more targeted at the locals because it's in Newington and it's kind of like tucked away, so it takes a bit of time to kind of find it, and it's not really near any like other touristy attractions, maybe apart from the Holyrood Park. So maybe if you did like a circuit of the Holyrood Park, you can end up there, have a drink, have a pizza. They have quite a lot of different toppings on pizzas. I think that all of their pizzas are kind of that like single serving, like that big, kind of a face-sized pizzas. Yeah, a good selection of toppings. Mine was ricotta and grapes. I just had, I don't know, I just had a kind of a hankering for something sweet. It was kind of like a cheese board pizza to me, that sort of like sweet and savory sort of thing. I loved it. They do make amazing pizza. They also make nice drinks and it's affordable and it's most of all super stylish. Like, if you like interior design with a bit of a humor in it, you're gonna love High Dive. Ooh, also, I want to add a special tip. They also do brunches and like breakfasts, and for those, they actually collaborate with Bros Bagels. They make a breakfast bagel, like a pizza bagel. We need to try that next time, for our next breakfast video maybe. Now we are in Leith, and Leith is always a super awesome treat when it comes to finding new places for food and drinks. Especially the Leith Walk, which is kind of this like main artery of what's happening here. We visited 2 new places on Leith Walk. One of them is a Turkey bistro called KUKINA. They specialize in making Turkish pancakes called gözleme, and they have them with savory fillings and also some sweet fillings. They also make meze, so a great way of exploring Turkish food at KUKINA is ordering 1 type of the gözleme and 2 or 4 meze. You can kind of like dip the pancake in it. Our favorite was the feta and spinach one, which surprisingly also had chili in it. So if you don't like spicy, maybe don't go for that one, but we really liked it. Also, we got a bit of insider intel. We were told that from next week on, there's going to be new items coming to the menu. I think that they're planning to add haggis to the fillings and also some more cheesy stuff. So maybe if you're like a cheese toasty type and you also want to try something new, Middle Eastern and exotic, then that's gonna be your choice. Our next visit was to a place called BODEGA, which is a Mexican place, and it's not completely new because it actually used to already exist on Leith Walk. It used to be on top of Leith Walk, and they recently opened their new location, which is kind of in the middle of Leith Walk, and it's a bit larger, so it can actually cater to more people wanting tacos. My favorite at that place was the fried scallions with a side of mustard, which seems like such a simple thing to make, but like it was just such a revelation. Like I've never had anything like it. And they also make great cocktails. They make some interesting twists on like regular classic cocktails, but with mezcal or tequila. So if you liked agave, you should go to BODEGA. Our next category is cafes. My favorite category, because it's the most fun and most caffeinaty and also usually the cheapest. First up, let's talk about Think Pastry. That place is very close to our hearts because it is also coincidentally very close to our home. If you ever walk around them in the Edinburgh area, it will probably really like catch your eye because all of their Greek pastries are kind of nicely set up in their window. So most of their baked goods are made with phyllo pastry, and they go both savory and sweet. So it's a great place for lunch. They also have lunch specials. So like we had a nice avocado toast, for example, because we are millennials and we are never gonna own our own property. That meme is probably dead by now, but it's true. Another favorite of mine from there was the tahini bun. So it was kind of this like, you know, fluffy bun, kind of almost like a cinnamon bun, but instead of cinnamon and sugar on the inside, you have like sweetened tahini, which, you know, is very nutty and like it has almost like a bit of like a toasted bitterness, but I really like that. If you like tahini, it's a great place to get that because like I've never seen that thing in my life anywhere else. Other coffee shop we managed to visit is called 127, and it's on George Street, and it's actually located within the Eden Locke apartment hotel. It is very Instagrammable. It's very stylish on the inside, and I think that was like my main motivation to visit it. They seem to offer a lot of those like very trendy, new, amazing sort of artisanal ways of making coffee, which, you know, if you're a real coffee fan, you might appreciate that. We had some very nice cake to accompany our matcha latte and coffee, but we didn't see any food, so as far as our knowledge goes, it doesn't seem like they do proper like lunch brunch offering. It's a nice addition to the west end of George Street if you're having a bit of like a shopping day on all the like fancy stores on George Street. You can quite easily zigzag all the way to 127. The last place we visited for this video was a bit of an accident. It's actually in Portobello, and we go to Portobello quite a lot in the summer. Also, Portobello has daylight until like midnight now, so you know, why wouldn't you? During one of our last visits to Porty, we noticed that they are building this new sort of grill bar place, and it had this like amazing generous area for drinking outside, kind of, you know, in fresh air, which, you know, by the seaside, it's a really nice experience. And if you know Edinburgh, you are aware that not many places have outside seating, especially in the center. So we've decided that we have to go back and visit it and take some footage for you guys to kind of point it out to you. It's actually on the side that's closer to Edinburgh, so it's very easy to find. If you're going to Portobello, you don't have to do like much walking or anything. You can just like take the bus to the Edinburgh end of the Portobello High Street. They kind of do a classic British pub grub. They have some nice kind of like starters that you can get with your beer. A pretty good selection of beer actually, you know, drinks. There's seating inside as well. Don't worry, the outside seating seems to have a pretty good system for protecting you from the elements. You know, there's like a little roofy roof and like these windows that kind of open in and out. So yeah, on a nice day, it's gonna feel like you're just drinking at the beach. And on a not so nice day, you will just have this extra space to use for your drinkage without having to worry about getting wet. It's also really great for dog watching. We went there and we saw like 5 different doggies, and 2 of them were sausage dogs, and the guy owning them was carrying one of them on his shoulders, and it was the best. So that was the 6 places in Edinburgh we have visited this time for you guys. Hopefully at least one of these caught your interest. Let me know in the comments below which one of these seemed the most amazing to you. Also, I have to add that all of these places are really affordable. I think that like you can definitely get a meal for under a tenner. None of these were like fancy or anything. So I enjoyed that during the process of making this video. So yeah, I think that that's pretty much everything I have to communicate to you guys this time. I'm gonna see you soon. If everything goes swimmingly, our next video is gonna be about ice cream in Edinburgh, which I'm mega excited about. And yeah, so yeah, we're gonna stop shooting this now, and tomorrow we're gonna go eat our first ice cream. Ice cream, ice cream, ice cream. Ice cream.